dot text. So that's getting the text within the text object. The text dot text is equal to, and we had x and a space, and then plus the value that we're wanting to use, which is our life counter. So now we'll save that. That's all saved, and we'll pop back into the game, and we're just going to add that to our text object here of our life system. We don't want to add it to the life system here because there's no text object attached to that. We want to go to the text object specifically. So we want to add the component here, life manager, and as we can see, we've got an error because I typed a small g instead of a capital G. There we go. You always want to be careful with your capitals when you're coding stuff. So now we just wait for that to compile. What's the error? Oh, because look, we're not searching for a component of the text. We're just searching for a component text. There we go. That was the little issue we were having there. Oh, that was a silly one. So now it should compile all okay. There's no more errors. So it's important to always check and make sure your code is accurate. So now we've got a life manager and we've got our starting lives. We won't set it to 3 just as an example. We set it to, say, 5. So now just make sure that's working. We'll hit play. And our little life counter thing in the corner here should, yep, there we go. It changes to 5. That's perfect. But obviously at the moment, that's not we're not able to change that yet. So what we're going to do is add 2 little functions to our system here. So we're going to say public void give life, and we're going to do another one of public void take life. So these 2 functions are what we'll use to call from other scripts to call on here, and this is what will either add lives or take them away. So give life will be, the only code that will be in it will be just life counter plus plus. So what that does is just increments life counter by 1. So if you have 5 lives, it'll change it to 6 or whatever. And then we'll do the exact opposite for take life. Take life will just be life counter minus minus. Because you're not going to be in a situation where something's going to take away 2 lives or something's going to add 2 lives. If you, well, generally speaking, you're not going to be. And if you are in that situation, it's very easy to code in the script to just add to call this function twice. So rather than having to take in a value or anything like that, we'll just simply make it add or subtract a life. So now that we can add and subtract a life, we need something else that can actually call that and make something happen. And at the moment, we have our player has a health system in the game. So obviously, if we have the health system already in place, we should utilize that to add and remove lives from the player. So we'll open our health manager script up in monodevelop over here. So now when it's open, it's going to be very simple. We're just going to create a new object, a new variable, sorry, of a public, no, not even public, we'll make it private. We'll do a private life manager, which is the script we just created, and we'll just call this life system, just for easiness sake. And then we will make it find the life manager object in the scene. So life system is equal to find objects of type life manager. There we go. And basically all we're going to do is, here we have our little function that decides when the player's health is less than 0, it does the whole respawn the player system. But if the player health is less than 0, we also wanted to take a life away. So life system dot take, is it take life? That's what we called it, wasn't it? Let's just pop back and make sure we have the right one. Yes, take life. So now what that'll do, it'll minus our life from our player. So we'll just save that. And now if we go back into the game, that should, if everything is working okay. We can't convert life manager array. Go back up here. What are we missing here? Oh, we said we found objects. Oh, you have to be very specific sometimes. Like, so, for example, the problem there was that MonoDevelop wasn't suggesting anything for me to be able to automatically import it. Sometimes when you have to type out the whole object, these errors can come into play. And unfortunately, MonoDevelop isn't very reliable in that way. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's completely broken. But we'll play this now, and we'll pop up the 5 lives. Now when we kill the player, there we go, we've dropped back down to 4. And if we kill the player any other way as well, by these guys walking into you, for example, bang, there we go, we're dead. That's perfect. That's just what we wanted. So obviously, we'll just play this again. Now we have our 5 lives or whatever, but all it's doing at the moment is we kill ourselves a few times here, and we get to 0, and if we lose 1 more life, oh, we've got -1 lives, -2. We're not doing anything with our thing. We need something to happen. Basically what we want to do is create a game over for the game. So what we're going to do, back in our game here, we're going to create a new part of the main HUD here. We're going to go to main HUD, right click on it, and create an empty child, and we'll call this game over screen. And this is something that's going to be taking up the whole screen. So what we want to do is, on our positional thing here, we want to go for this one down here that will stretch anything inside it to the full size of the screen. So we'll click on that there. And now what we're going to do is go to Game Object, UI, and we're going to add an image here, and we'll drag that into that folder. And for this image, we're just going to make it completely black. So we'll drag that down to the bottom. Move it into the center here. Well, it doesn't matter where it is actually. We'll go switch to the size changing tool, and we'll drag the size out all the way to the big size. And then we're going to add another text object here, and we'll drag that onto game over, and we'll make the text bright white, and we'll make this box just quite big, and we'll make the center of it exactly in the middle, because that's where we want our text to be. And we will align the text into the middle like this, and we'll just make it say game over, and we'll set the size really big. Say we'll go for 40